Hey everyone, it's Julia. I wanted to give you guys an update on the Hurricane Irma situation. Basically, as you guys know, if you saw my last two videos, I did leave Florida. I went back home to Pennsylvania just in case. The weather models were very inaccurate throughout this entire thing. At first, these models showed Irma going to the Carolinas, and then they were like, just kidding, it's going towards Miami as a Category 4. Everybody was freaking out. And then they were like, just kidding, it's gonna go on the west coast. And they were like, just kidding, it's going inland. So it just was crazy, and it's better to be safe than sorry. A lot of areas did really get slammed hard. The Keys, Naples, of course all the islands, Cuba. For those of you who don't know, I go to college in Tampa, Florida. And at first we thought that the hurricane wasn't even going to hit Tampa, that it was going to go on the east coast of Florida and we would just get the outskirts of the hurricane. And then, like I said, everything was inaccurate and they were like, just kidding, a Category 3 or 4 might hit Tampa. And luckily that did not happen. Tampa is in a low-lying area. They're definitely at risk for storm surge and flooding. It definitely wasn't the worst case scenario for Tampa, which, again, thankful. We are all definitely thinking about the people who it hit harder. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be donating all the money this video makes from ads to the victims of Hurricane Irma, and I definitely want to encourage you guys to donate. There's a number you can text. I'll put it right here on the screen because I forget what it is. But anyway, like I said, I had my friend Rachel film some of the hurricane for me, and no, I didn't be like, go out in the hurricane and film this. Nope, she did it all on her own, and she made sure she was safe and sound and everything like that. But here are some clips from before the hurricane hit.
Hey Julia, this is Rachel in Tampa. It is around 3:15. Nothing too severe, unlike some of the folks down in Cuba, Barbuda, Antigua, among other islands and whatnot. Once you know that this place is closed right here with all of those 3 doors slammed shut, you know something's going to be happening real quick and they're prepping.
Sorry for the quality of these videos. Main cameras died, and yeah. But basically, as you guys can see, it was pretty calm. There was nobody left on campus because most people on my campus evacuated. It was only a mandatory evacuation for 2 of the dorms. Anyway, these next clips are when the storm actually hit. It hit Tampa Bay around midnight to 2 in the morning.
It's Rachel again. It's around 8:15 tonight on Sunday. We're just experiencing some more rain. I don't know if you can tell, it's a church, there's a track, the gym over there. Earlier there was some crazy gusts of wind. I don't know if you can tell down here. Pretty crazy. I think now you can see better. There's that wind, if you can just see it reflecting off the light. So it is actually moving. And it's around 11:45 tonight. Almost into Monday morning early. Don't know if you can really tell, but everything, quite frankly, I actually fell asleep. Yeah. Hope everyone else is safe and enjoying the rest of their weekend.
Okay, so yeah, you saw the wind was pretty loud. It is good that people were able to sleep through it, in Tampa at least, because like I said, the main concern for Tampa was flooding, and luckily as of now they haven't really flooded too bad yet. Some streets I know have definitely minor flooding. Okay, now I have some clips from the next morning. Like Rachel said, Tampa was kind of spared from the destruction it could have been. There are still a lot of trees down, and I do want you guys to know, in Florida right now, the last I checked, there was 4 million people without power. Well, let's hope we can get that power on soon, because Florida is very hot, and if there's no air conditioning and there's no water and food, obviously that will be very bad. So let's hope this power gets on. I know Florida has done a pretty good job at responding and having an emergency plan in place. So all the power companies are ready to go put that power back on, so let's hope it's swiftly.
It's 8:30 a.m. more or less on Monday. This is the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. We were largely spared, thank God. I think there's see those branches over there? Oh boy. Oh boy, I was just walking past Cass building and sign said we got a huge tree in our walkway. Oh. Never lost any power, electricity, but whoops, found this on my way over. I'm gonna be exploring around the library and whatnot by the river. Just rounded another corner, we got another tree. this away. Again, I'm looking, but again, we're largely spared, just with a few minor exceptions, thank God. Glad to see all the birds in a row. Water's still pretty high, I would say, even for the river over here, but so far I'm gonna take a close look at everything else, but everything else seems pretty unscathed, even across the way. We're looking pretty good here, but I'm gonna be traveling by foot or by car for the remainder and seeing what's up. So I'm out by Bayshore right now, and the water is so much higher. Compared to before, when the storm surge got rid of all the waters, like for a good number of feet, it's all high tide again. Again, some debris here and there, but nothing too bad. Completely submerged in water. This is awesome. I mean, not really, but still. Arrived back. Sorry to bore for the most part for this video. We're all good to go.
Okay, so as you guys can see, they'll be able to clean that up hopefully within a few days. We're supposed to start classes again Thursday. The problem is everybody's going to be trying to get back to their homes, and so the traffic going to southern Florida is going to be unreal, just like it was trying to evacuate. I flew out before the prices got bad, and now I'm waiting until the prices drop a little, so I have a flight Thursday because the flights for Tuesday to get back were about $800. It's a shame that some of these businesses and airlines try to profit off of people in a time of need. I definitely think that's wrong, and hopefully you guys would agree. Also, I did see some videos and hear about looting going on. I just don't know how you could do that. That's a very low thing to do. I mean, it's low to do any time, but especially during a natural disaster or in a time of need. In case you guys didn't know, Miami also got hit pretty bad. They had a lot of flooding in downtown Miami. So definitely think about Miami, think about the Florida Keys, think about Cuba and the other islands in the Caribbean, and let's do all we can to help. I think there are two things we can take away from this. One, the hurricane models are very inaccurate. It is obviously very difficult to predict a hurricane from a few days out, let alone a week out. Like I explained in the beginning, they were telling us the hurricane wasn't even going to hit Florida and blah, 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 and obviously it did. And so be aware of that, but if they say to evacuate, definitely evacuate, because it is always better to be safe than sorry. It's definitely not a positive situation, but it is good that it didn't hit more of Florida as a category 4 or 5. The other thing we can take away from this is not to complain about the small things. I talked to some people in the plane. The girl sitting next to me goes to college in the Keys. Like I said, she doesn't know if she'll even be able to go back to her college, so I'm hoping everything's okay for her and the rest of the people that live there. Another lady on the flight, her home was in Miami. She was worried about it being destroyed. I know a lot of people in St. Petersburg and Clearwater that boarded their houses up and left, and they were just hoping they had a house to go back to when it was all said and done. Complaining about little things is so pointless, especially when there's people that are facing destruction and losing everything, and we get mad over something like a line in the grocery store. Although Irma is weakening, we can't forget what it did. We can't forget about the people in the islands and just think about them. Anytime we want to complain about something stupid, realize there's people who have lost everything. There's people who are hungry. There's people that don't have water right now. And not all from Irma, but yes, from Irma too. I think it's great that we all came together for this hurricane. And I think if humanity always did it, it would be a better place. Okay, I'm not sure if anything I'm saying makes sense at this point, but thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, consider making a donation to help Hurricane Irma victims. The description is going to have all the info, and like I said, I'm going to donate the money from this video to that because I don't want to profit off of damage, and I just want to help, so that's why I'm doing that. It's all about the big picture, so let's help in any way we can. I know us in Tampa, we were ready to go in and rebuild if we had to. It looks like it's going to be minimal damage, but we're still ready to help out other counties and places in any means possible. So thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.